I said, and this is my answer, I would wear that label proudly if I knew that you understood what I meant by Marxist. And when somebody like Reed Irvine says, you're a Marxist, aren't you, whose only intention is to give a buzzword which says this guy drinks the blood of capitalist children or something, then I'm going to say, no, I'm not your label. I don't particularly want your label. That was why I deferred from the label Marxist. And you see, there's something about saying Marxist when I write a book about the media, and you remember the point I made. I said, look, I wrote the book about the media. I don't know what Karl Marx has to say about 20th century U.S. media. I think he had very little to say because, you know, he left early. But there's been a lot of creative thought and scholarship in Marxist literature and whatever else, and I feel that it's like a scholasticist thing. Oh, you took your formula and you applied it here. I don't see these things that way because I'm a Marxist. Just the opposite. I started seeing these things, and then I began realizing that there was an analysis that had explanatory power for that. It gets very frustrating. You know, for years I'd knock myself out trying to make an analysis. I'd come to the conclusion, I'd say, hey, you know, the police are not neutral. They're on the side of property and power. And somebody would say to me, that's a Marxist. You know, you sound like a Marxist. I said, Marxist? Oh. And then I said, hey, you know, wealth is largely unaccountable in many of the things it does in our democracy. I don't understand. That isn't what I learned. So that's a Marxist point of view. That's Marx said that, you know. And it would go on, one thing after another. Every time I said, boy, this Karl Marx was really something, you know. Every time I put two and two together and come up with a good analysis, they give him the credit for it.